So quarter four on Amazon is by far the most profitable time for not only Amazon as a company, but also for Amazon sellers like you and me. But there are a lot of mistakes that people make when they are going into their first Q4 as an Amazon seller. So in this video, I want to give you 6 different tips so you minimize your mistakes and you maximize your profits. Hey, what's going on, guys? Marvin here. Welcome back to another video. So if you guys haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe so you guys can get more videos like this, me helping you grow your Amazon wholesale business. Also, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if it does help you out. And make sure to check down below in the description for a bunch of resources, free Facebook groups, free trainings, and a whole bunch of other stuff that's going to help you out. Also, there is still time left if you guys want to join my free course giveaway, where you have the possibility to win my entire course and my mentorship for the lifetime of the course completely for free. So if you guys want more information on that, I'll leave the video down below in the description so you guys can enter and have a chance to win. All right, guys, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. So in this video, I'm going to give you 6 tips so that you can maximize the potential for your Q4 and minimize the mistakes, because there are a lot of mistakes that people make because there are a lot of different misconceptions regarding Q4. All right, so tip number 1 is do not lose sight of your fundamentals. So Q4 is insanely profitable for Amazon and Amazon sellers alike, right? But you can't abandon your fundamentals. You can't abandon the way you look at keeper graphs. You can't abandon the way you strategize your inventory to your account. You can't abandon your fundamentals, right? The things that got you to the dance. Don't abandon them because it's Q4. When Q4 rolls around, a lot of people feel like they need to buy something. They have to buy something because it's Q4. And I completely understand that, because a lot of people, tell you Q4 is super profitable, which it is, but you don't want to lose money. And you still have the possibility to lose money in quarter 4 if you don't do the proper product research before you purchase. Don't feel just because the sales volume is going to increase that you need to decrease the requirements you have for purchasing a product. If you wouldn't purchase that product normally, then don't purchase it during Q4 unless it's some sort of holiday, seasonal product that you want to get into and you've been waiting to get into. But a good rule of thumb is if you wouldn't get into that product anytime the rest of the year, don't get into it quarter 4, which leads me into my second tip. Don't buy products that have bad data. A lot of new sellers think that every single product on Amazon's website is gonna sell during Q4, and that's not true. If a product doesn't sell the rest of the year, it's not going to sell during quarter 4 unless it's a seasonal product, okay? So there are a lot of products out there that if you look back at the history, right? History tends to repeat itself in certain aspects. If a product's been out on the market for 3 years and has a consistent data for 3 different quarter 4s, then you can probably make the assumption that it's going to sell well during this quarter 4, right? But if you look back and it doesn't change the sales rank whatsoever during quarter 4, it doesn't really have much of an impact, chances are it's not going to have much of an impact this quarter 4, okay? The same thing with a really slow selling product that you think it's going to boost in sales come quarter 4, it may or it may not. And if you buy a ton of units hoping that the sales rank is going to increase and it doesn't, then you're going to lose some money. So don't buy products that don't have good data on the keeper graphs, okay? All right, so tip number 3 is to send your inventory in on time. So the reason that quarter 4 is so profitable is because we have the holidays, right? We have Black Friday, we have Cyber Monday, and we have Christmas. So you want to make sure that you get your inventory in on time so that you can maximize those days, especially Black Friday and especially Cyber Monday and the beginning of December. You want to get your inventory in on time so that you can make the most sales during that time. Because if you send inventory in too late, it may or may not get into your Amazon account on time and you may lose out on a bunch of sales. So these are the dates that you need to adhere by and get your inventory in on time. So your inventory has to be in the Amazon warehouse by November 6th if you want to sell on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. That's only if you want it guaranteed. So you can still send in shipments after that, but it's not guaranteed to be available. It may be available if Amazon can get to it, but Amazon tends to slow down quite a bit during quarter 4. Remember, they are super busy during quarter 4, more than any other time in the year. So usually if your shipment takes about, a few days to maybe a week at most to get processed, it may take a couple of weeks, okay? It depends on how busy they are. So you want to make sure that you send your inventory in on time so that you can maximize Black Friday and Cyber Monday, November 6th. Now, if you want to make sure that your inventory is guaranteed to be in by the holidays, by Christmas, then you need to send in your inventory by December 3rd. So make sure you guys write these dates down if you don't have them already, so that you guys can get your inventory in as soon as possible. Remember, you can still send in products later on, but it's not guaranteed to be available for sale on the days that you want them to be for sale. All right, so tip number 4 is how much more inventory should you order during this time of year? And like I said, sales rank is going to increase, sales velocity is going to increase on a lot of products, but it's a case by case basis. And this is a big mystery to a lot of new sellers. They don't know how much, more inventory they should order, but a good rule of thumb is 1.5 times your normal inventory to no more than 2 times your normal inventory. And again, it's a case by case basis. If your product is, obviously like it's a gift that people can get and it sells very well throughout the rest of the year, then you can go towards the 2 times your normal inventory, okay? But again, it's a case by case basis. I wouldn't recommend purchasing more than 2 times your normal inventory, just because you don't want to get stuck with an excess amount of inventory after the holidays. All right, so tip number 5 is going to make you guys some money, and this is be strategic with your pricing. The reason I bring this one out, and there's a lot of different ways that you guys can interpret this, but the reason I bring this is because a lot of my students have been bringing me products and having me check them that are released on a limited basis, right? So there's a limited amount in the market at all times, or there's a limited amount and it's about to run out. And I love products like this because you can completely maximize your profits if you have some patience. So if you have a product and you know it's released in waves, or you know that you can get your hands on a very limited amount that's left on the market, then you're gonna wanna hold on to it for a little bit later into quarter 4 while your competitors sell out. Okay, and that's only if you know you have a limited amount in the market. Because if you have a product that sells for $20 very, very well, and you know there's only a certain amount of units left, then you can hold on to that for a few weeks if you have to, and you can make much, much more profit. Okay, I did this last quarter where I had a product that sold for $40 a unit very, very consistently, and it sold very well throughout the year, but I knew it was released in waves. So I held it out and I sold it for $70 a unit, right? So my profits were through the roof compared to me selling it for $40 a unit. So if you guys run into products like this, then you wanna be very strategic with your pricing. So let's say we're not dealing with limited inventory in the market and it's just your everyday products that you guys sell year round and you guys always have access to. So you also wanna be strategic when you're pricing these, because there still tends to be a race to the bottom with certain products because certain sellers want to get all of the sales during quarter 4, and you don't want to get into a race to the bottom, because if you do, then when you sell out amongst all of these other sellers sell out, the products are going to be selling for more. Because remember, just because sales volume increases, don't forget that you can also make a much, much larger profit if you price strategically. All right, and then tip number 6, which is probably the most important, it's probably gonna be the most beneficial to you, is to communicate with your suppliers. This is nothing new. I always preach to communicate with your suppliers, always be reaching out to them, always have some sort of contact with them, because you wanna be on their good side, you wanna build a relationship with them, right? So this is no different. Communicate with your suppliers, because just like you guys are preparing for Q4 and for the amount of sales volume that's gonna increase, so are your suppliers. They're ordering more because they know they're going to sell more during this holiday season. So communicate with them. Always ask if they have any specials, discounts, or closeouts, this holiday season, just like I've told you guys to do year round. And if they do, then you guys can capitalize on that and get a bunch of inventory into your warehouse for the holiday season. Remember, we're preparing for Q4, but so are your suppliers. So make sure you guys have that line of communication with them. All right, guys, but those are 6 tips that you guys can take with you to quarter 4 to maximize your profits and minimize your mistakes, because there are a lot of mistakes that people make for Q4. But remember, guys, Q4 is an absolute incredible time to be an Amazon seller, probably the most profitable time to be an Amazon seller than the rest of the year, because of the sheer sales volume increase. But what you don't want to do is lose sight of what got you to the dance. Keep doing what you're doing, and then just kind of adjust during quarter 4. All right, guys, one last time, if you guys want to win my free course giveaway and you guys want to have the chance to win my entire course completely for free along with the mentorship that I provide, then you guys are going to want to watch the video on the screen where I show you guys exactly how to enter so you can get it all completely for free. All right, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys on the next one.